Hi, my name is Kim McConnell and I'm here to talk to you about Oklahoma State Bill 1613. State Bill 1613 would implement the Mental Wellness Division across the state of Oklahoma and impact 450 law enforcement officers across the state. Most of these agencies currently have little to no mental health services to provide to officers that they employ. Why is this important? Studies show police officers are 69% more likely to complete suicide than any other occupation in the nation. Studies also show that this has been a steady increase over the past 4 decades. It is a trend that needs to stop. Police officers are daily exposed to murders, homicides, rapes, all sorts of traumatic things that they cannot unsee and they cannot unhear. They suffer in silence because it is taboo to discuss how they feel in law enforcement. They don't seek out mental health services for fear of repercussion. They could lose their job, they could be demoted, they could be reassigned to a lesser duty. And in order to understand why that stigma is there, then you need to understand how it became. That stigma is there because, number one, in order to become a police officer, you have to pass a Minnesota Multiphasic Personality Inventory that is administered to you by a psychologist, and therefore once he is deemed you are mentally stable with no homicidal, suicidal, psychopathic, sociopathic tendencies, he will send his results into the state of Oklahoma to the Council on Law Enforcement Education and Training to deem that you are certifiable as a state basic police officer. Now, once you receive that, you have not been super exposed to a lot of trauma at this time. Then you go to work for an agency, you go out in the field, you see a horrific car crash. Maybe you see a completed suicide. Maybe you're at a house that burns. Whatever it be, you're exposed daily to traumatic things and occupational hazards that change you in a mental health standard. And what happens is you can't talk about it because if they decide you're mentally unstable, you lose your gun, you lose your occupation. What does that do to your family? So law enforcement has a high rate, actually 24% higher than the average person, of divorce, of depression, of self-medication. All of this is in fact due, according to studies, that they don't seek help. Now, there are certain things that are implemented in other agencies. In a lot of other states, a few Oklahoma, in a single incident traumatic event, there is a debriefing meeting that takes place. It's a one-time event. How is this effective? Studies show it's not. What is effective is if that one-time debriefing continues over a set of sessions over a 12-month period, because according to certain studies, PTSD symptoms don't even begin to manifest until the 12th month. By that time, that officer's already been released and set back onto duty, and now he can't tell you that he's having symptoms. So why is this important? Because our law enforcement are there to protect us, and we need to know that they are receiving the same care that we as civilians would seek out on our own, and stigma-free, without fear of repercussion. That's why State Bill 1613 is so important. Let's provide mental wellness programs to all the law enforcement to make sure that they get what they need, since really they're seeing all the mess we're leaving. Thank you.